Lesson 15. Looking at the journey, which would be each segment, segment A, B, C, D, E, F, which segment of the journey is the easiest? Probably this one where it's flat. We'll say D. Segment D. Which segment of the journey is the hardest? I would say F, because that's the steepest, the hardest to climb. So slope measures the steepness of a line, and slope is rise over run. So let's find the slope of segment A. The slope is rise, so we look this way. We rise 1,000, and we run 2,000. So rise over run would be 1,000 over 2,000, which is going to reduce to 1/2. So the slope of segment A is this. And I just wrote it there. This is what I was doing right here. Let's find the slope of each segment of the monk's journey. Leave in simplest form. So, for A, we said it was 1/2. Because rise 1,000, run 2,000. So 1,000 over 2,000, which is 1/2. For B, we rose 500 and ran 1,000 because we just went up halfway. So that would be 500. And then these are by 1,000s, 2,000, 3,000, 400, 1,000, 5,000, 6,000, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. So rise is 500 over run, which is 1,000, which would reduce to 1/2. C, we're going up 500, so rise of 500. Run of 1, 2, 3,000. I don't know what is wrong with my pen. So rise 500. Run 1, 2, 3,000. Straight. That'd be 1/6. That would reduce to 1/6. D, we didn't rise at all, so that's 0. And we ran 2,000. But 0 divided by anything is 0. So segment D had a slope of 0. E, again, we rose 500. And we ran 1, 2, 3, 4,000. So that straightens out. That reduces to 1/8. And if you don't understand what I'm doing when I'm doing this, you can ask me in class. Or if you just put 500 divided by 4,000 in your calculator and then hit math, enter, it will take you to the fraction. And then segment F, here we rose 1, 2, that's 1,000. We rose 1,500 was our rise, and our run was 1,000. So here would be a slope of 1.5 or 1 1/2 or 3/2. Any of those would be fine. This is the best way to represent slope. The slope formula is M stands for slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if you're given ordered pairs, then it's better to use this formula. If you can read your graph, then it is perfectly fine to do rise over run. All right, let's look at number 2. Determine the slope of each of the following lines. Use the symbol M for the slope. So M equals. So when we have a line, we want to find 2 points, like this one that's in the corner. You wouldn't want to pick this one because it's not in the corner. It would be hard to estimate what that number was. So get one that's in the corner and then find another one that's in the corner. This looks like it is. Let's get rid of this. Alright, then remember you're doing rise. These are by 1, so that would be 1, 2, you're rising 3, and you're running 2. So rise over run. Pick 2 points. This looks like a good one. This looks like a good one. I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3. And we're going to run 2. Okay, so rise over run. Plot the specified point. Then draw the line through that point with the indicated slope. So here's our point, 1, 3. 1, 3. There's our point. Slope, remember we said rise over run. So rise can go up and down, and run can go left or right. So since this is positive 1, we're going to go up 1 and right 2 because it's positive 2. So from here, I'm going to go up 1 space and run 2 spaces and put a point. I'm going to go rise 1 space, run 2 spaces and put a point. You can even do the opposite. Fall and go backwards. Fall, go backwards. Fall, go backwards. And then once you have your points, you can draw your line. This one, here's our point, positive 1. Start at 0, positive 1, negative 4. It's right here. Our slope is 3. Well, that has a rise, but we don't have a run. But we can make that into a fraction by putting it over 1. So positive 3 says we're going to go up 3. Positive 1 says we're going to go right 1. So from our point, we're going to go up 3, right 1, and put a dot. Up 3, right 1 and put a dot. Up 3, right 1 and put a dot. And then you can draw your line. Remember, if you have any questions, write them down, and we'll ask them in class. So this one is asking us to graph. A line has an x-intercept of -2. That means we know that it's going to cross right here. And the y-intercept of -3. We know it's going to cross right here. Plot these two intercepts, sketch the line through these 2 points, use your graph to find the slope. So here's our line. Okay, now we have to find the slope, which means we go from one point to the other. So this we rose 1, 2, 3. So we had to go backwards 2, so that's -2. So rise over run gives us a slope of -3/2. For each line, if the line has a positive slope or negative slope. So the solid line is this line right here, and it has a positive slope. If we go from here to here, we're rising positive and we're running positive, so that would be a positive slope. The green, which is the dotted line, which is this one, if we look at this, here's a point, here's a point, rise and run. Well, if I rise, I'm going positive. If I run, I'm going negative. And a positive divided by negative is a negative. If I look at it, I'm going downhill, it's negative. Here's the dashed line, blue. So if I go from a point to a point, I'm going positive and positive. So that is a positive line. Okay. Now it says find the slope of each line. So the red line, we had to go up 1, 2, 3, and run 1. So rise 3, run 1. So our slope is 3/1 or 3. The green line, we went +2 and 1, 2, 3, -3. So for the green line, rise was 2 and run was -3. So our slope was -2/3. The blue line, we rose 1 and ran 3. So rise is 1, run is 3, and that's our slope. So if you have to find a slope from a graph, pick 2 good points draw a triangle